Hi y'all. So I am back. Faithfully Leah is finally back. And since I've been gone, so much has been happening. So much has been going on. But before we get into any of that, I just want to ask, can we thank God for the breakup? So I don't know about you guys, but throughout my life, I have heard people say things like, God showed me that he was going to be my husband, or God showed me that you were going to be my wife, or God showed them that whoever was going to be their spouse. So honestly, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like, we hear so much. Possibly it's our desires sometimes that are shown that are desires. It's our desires that are showing us these things. But on a serious note, this really happened to me. Back in 2015, God revealed to me who my husband would be. But the kicker is, I was recently married, and the man God showed me would be my husband is not my husband today. So your question now might be, okay, you saying God showed you your husband and you're not married to him? That's exactly what I am saying. God showed me who my husband would be, and he's not my husband today. But there's so much more to the story that you need to know. And I have written about it in my new book, Thank God for the Breakup. So let me tell you what this book is not. This is not a cute little story, a fun, joy-filled story. This book is not it. This book is actually completely true, and it's about the toughest season of my life. Like, I get very real in this book about the things that happened to me, from uh depression to hating God and not wanting anything to do with God, to me having to find myself, to me having to find God again, to him leading me, first changing me and then leading me to my husband today. So this book goes, it's not all over the place, but there's like several different points of my life within 5 years within this book. And it all resulted, this is the thing, it all resulted from a really bad breakup. And that breakup was from the guy that God showed me would be my husband. So today I'm thanking God for that breakup, but I had to go through so much, and it's all in this book. And when I tell you, this book is going to have you in tears, it's going to have you laugh, it's going to have you smile, it's going to have you shocked, it's going to have you shooketh. Some of the things that I revealed in this book, the things God showed me, the things that he took me through, y'all are gonna literally be like, yeah, you're not gonna believe me. You're really gonna think I made some of this up, but I didn't. It's all completely true. You're gonna have questions. We're gonna need to talk after y'all read this book. Y'all gonna want to talk to me. Y'all gonna want to call me up and ask me questions. So who is this book for, and how is it gonna help you? Well, if you've recently been through a breakup, if you have been heartbroken, even if it was years ago, if you've been depressed, if you are someone who is looking for their husband, or if you're old in age, you might be in your 30s or 40s or even 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever, and you might be thinking, dang, I want to be married. God's forgotten about me. God doesn't want me to have a husband, whatever. If you're stuck in that type of mindset, if you know that you are broken and that you need healing, if you know that you're not whole, if you're always looking for a man, and you rely on a man or a woman for happiness, if you're stuck in sexual sin, if you are just needing to know who you are, just this book literally touches so many bases. Like, it's not just for somebody who went through a bad breakup. It's for all of that. If you hurt, need healing, it's for both men and women. Like, this book it's gonna reveal so much to you guys. Like, you really need to get it. But the thing is that this book is also going to leave you with, it's not only going to let you learn and hear and read about my story of what I went through and how God showed himself in a mighty way in my life, but it's also going to release healing on your end. After you read this book, you are going to see things in such a different way. You're going to know and recognize how good and how awesome God is. No, even if you hate him right now, because remember, I started off my story, I ain't like God, but look how far he's brought me. I have a husband now, but I had to do things in order to get to my husband today. I had to be obedient in order to get to my husband today. And this book, it just tells you of my story, and it offers so much information and insight and just things that I know God needs you to hear and to know. So you can order your book, Thank God for the Breakup, at faithit536.com. You can also order your obedience shirts at the same website. Now, the reason why I chose to release a shirt with the word obedience on it is because I believe obedience is so imperative to receive the promises of God. You have to be obedient, which is something I learned in the season that I went through in order to get to my now husband. Obedience is required, and that's a message I know God wants me to shout from the rooftop and to share, that obedience is required. There's so many promises that God wants to give us, but we're not doing what he is asking us to do. We're not doing what he's requiring us to do. And so we sitting there waiting on God to show you your husband, or to introduce you to your husband, or we're waiting on God to give us this job, or we're waiting on God to help us, give us the money for a house. Like, I don't know, so many things that we're waiting on God to do, and God's ready to do them, but you're not ready for him to do them because you are walking in disobedience. You're not being obedient. Obedient is the requirement to receive the things that God has promised you, the things that you desire, the things that that you've been waiting for. So you could order this shirt in pink and white like what I have on. There are also other colors available on the website. Just go to the website and pick a color that you like. These shirts are only in unisex sizes so that they fit both men and women. So go to the website, faithit536.com, get your shirt and get your book, Thank God for the Breakup. Now, the last thing I'm going to need you to do is, after you read this book, I need you guys to come back to this video on my channel, Faithfully Leah, and leave your comments and your questions under this video, because y'all are going to have comments and questions, I'm telling you, and I want to talk about it. Once your comments and your questions start coming in, I'm gonna make a whole nother video addressing everything, because I wrote the basics, like the most of it, those good juicy details. I wrote all of that in this book to get you to where you need to be, but there's so much more to this story that y'all gonna have questions you don't even know. So don't forget, after you read your book, please leave me your questions, especially your questions. I want your comments and your questions, but I really want to know your questions because I am so excited just to answer them. So just don't forget to do that, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.